What is new radio? New radio is
streaming everywhere.
Listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Oh, everybody seems to be so bright and alive this morning. Riggins and I are wearing matching navy. Oh,
yes.
Did y'all plan that?
Yes. But I get upset when, I don't get upset, but it just kind of makes me cringe when men will call navy, just call it blue. I don't like that. It's not just blue. It's a navy blue.
Mm-hmm.
Blue.
He's wearing blue. The guy in the blue shirt, it's a navy shirt.
Because blue could be light blue, royal blue. We got tons of blues.
Exactly. And Lindsay's wearing a bunch of peachy colored stuff.
Peach. I'm just peachy is what I am.
Yeah. But Rob seems a little down today, a little melancholy.
Is he?
I noticed that.
Mm-hmm. Rob, did your weekend not go well with your little competition that you were in?
I didn't do well, but I had a really, really fun weekend.
Okay.
And I am exhausted.
All right. So what was the competition you were in this weekend?
So Friday I went up to Richmond, Virginia, for the Saturday morning Star Wars Unlimited sector qualifier to try and win a trip to Las Vegas in July, and get a first day bye. So I would have had to arrive on Saturday in Vegas rather than Friday.
Oh, so you want to have to go to Vegas for a shorter amount of time.
Right. You know,
Okay.
I don't want to get shot or anything.
Right.
I don't know. Vegas seems dangerous.
So you did not win the trip to Vegas?
No, it was an 8 rounds on Saturday and then 6 rounds on Sunday. But on Saturday, I dropped out after the 6th round because I could not make it further with the current record. So I went 3-3, and that was not good enough to continue.
All right. So you didn't want to come back the next day and just play for pride.
I went back the next day and played a different tournament that they had.
Oh.
So because that one was for fun one and just for some cool prizes. So.
Yeah.
I feel lost. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot
like
of
French.
Translation. He went to Richmond. He played in a nerd trading card game.
Okay.
He did not win on the first day enough that would put him actually in the running to get to go to Vegas.
Gotcha.
So he didn't fool with the nerdy game, and then played a different nerdy game just for fun because he was there.
Right. It was the same nerdy game, but not the same nerdy tournament.
Yeah. So
you stayed for the weekend, or did you drive this whole time back and forth?
I drove Friday up there and then drove back yesterday.
Okay. It's
so he had a fun weekend
Yeah,
out of it.
right.
Yeah, it was probably one of the most fun weekends I've had in years.
Sounds like
Really?
a blast.
Yeah.
Hey, I missed it.
That's what I was saying. I was like, man, Lindsay would have loved to have been here.
Oh,
Yeah. Thought about you the whole time, Lynn.
yeah. Who wouldn't?
This sector qualifying round is really something special.
How many shirts did you see with animation on them?
Every one of them.
Every
I would
one.
assume, most likely. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I did see a lot, and this is one of the bad things about these kinds of things. I smelled a lot of BO. I saw a lot of people with T-shirts that did not cover their belly fully.
Yeah.
The belly's just hanging out. And then there was one other thing I was going to tell you. I don't remember.
And that was all before you left your room.
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening. Let's go! This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, look at me, always slaving over a hot microphone. Look, the big celebration and fundraiser for Peyton's Promise is coming up June 14th. We've been telling you about that. Also, I hate to nag, because I've been nagging this whole time. Make sure you go get subscribed to TJ Riggins Prime and Prime Plus, because that's where you get the information about tickets and locations and all of that kind of stuff that you'll need. You'll get that first if you're a subscriber. And you got to have that done by May 8th, because that's when the next round of information is coming. So go to tjriggins.com, subscribe to Prime and Prime Plus, get that info about the celebration time, and then the, of course, the big Peyton's Promise fundraiser. It's all tied in together in a nice little package.
The Charlotte area is lucky to have experts like Bradham Comfort Services
to help with all your HVAC and electrical needs. Do you need a generator installed or serviced? They can handle that too. Go to bradhamcomfort.com to check out their 50th anniversary specials and to schedule your HVAC, electrical, and generator service or installation today. That's bradhamcomfort.com for Bradham Comfort Services, servicing the Charlotte area for 50 years. That's bradhamcomfort.com.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. Click the deals button to get all our exclusive best deals anywhere from all of the TJ and Riggins show partners. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The TJ Riggins 24/7 Carolina stream is available in the Media Center at tjriggins.com. Sponsored by R. Gregory Jewelers in Statesville. Go to tjriggins.com/diamond. At R. Gregory Jewelers, we speak diamond.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Hey, you better get on those Mother's Day gifts. Perfect Mother's Day gift is something from Cozy Earth. That's right. Still their number one influencer. And you can get something for the mother in your life, for that bad mother that you got, and save 41% from it, because you know me. So 41% off of all of their fancy, luxurious stuff if you use the code TJ at checkout. Go to tjriggins.com/deals and then use the code TJ to get that discount. Now, this is something that is absolutely nuts. It's hilarious, I think. It's some podcast where a woman is on there who is channeling something. I don't know what she's channeling, but she is out of her mind now. She's not in her normal state. She's channeling on this podcast, and listen to what it sounds like.
Yes, we are here. We are here. We are very happy to be here. Yes, indeed.
Now, you may think right at first that that's just a terrible attempt at a different accent.
Right.
But no,
Yeah.
This is the actual people speaking through this lady with short blonde hair and very cute.
Yes, we are here. Yes, we do have a message for you and your community in the world. There will be a shift that will happen on your planet. The frequencies of your world will shift dynamically. We implore you now. Understand you are in control of your individual experience, your individual frequency, your individual understanding for now. You can create what you desire for your future by merely existing in a frequency that is higher and better. Know that we are here to support you through this shift of humanity.
Yes.
Nothing's happening to you. It is for you and the betterment of humankind's experience on planet Earth.
As she recovers.
That was a lot.
Oh,
Wow.
She's back at herself.
AC.
now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you know who that was, or
That was the Great Council.
how many of them are there?
There's a large group of them. When I walk in to work with them, they're all sitting at a table. That's a visual that they give me. I don't know exactly the number. They are creator beings. They are very, 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 very powerful, loving beings. They really are trying to help us understand that we're in control of our experience.
Oh, yeah. That's what they're trying to do. Through her, obviously. They're trying to make us understand. She did progress through that and finally get onto an a British accent that, seemed to be, more easily identified
Sure.
than the other stuff.
A little more passable.
It's hard to listen to. Like, I can't even laugh because that lady's serious.
Yeah.
No, she's not.
She,
I'm
is-
telling you, there's no way in my opinion, she knows that she's just a scam artist.
you don't think she's crazy?
No,
Well,
no.
is she making money?
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Just like, all the people claiming to be psychics and,
Yeah.
all of that kind of stuff. Call in on the psychic line. That's all to make money.
then I guess it's kind of genius on her part. I don't know. I
She's
don't know.
she's a show person. The only
Right.
difference is, okay, if she were getting paid to perform and it's all on the up and up, everybody knows that she's performing. But if she is getting paid because people are weak-minded and relying on her to tell them things in life they need to be doing, how they need to be living their lives, that's where it comes into a con, in my opinion.
How dare you? It is not the con. This is the great council of light.
smote.
TJ Riggins and Lindsay want to thank you for listening. Let's go! This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, Rob, I hit the wrong one right there. Can I hit the other sweeper and you just tag it on the end?
Hold on 1 second.
Instead of that one I hit.
Hold on. Go ahead.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. Where are these huge discounts on great products? The deals page at tjriggins.com.
Check it out.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Yeah.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Long lines at the DMV over the weekend, or really at the end of last week and into the beginning of this week. You're gonna see a lot of long lines at the DMV because of that Real ID deadline goes into effect on May 7th, I think.
Yeah.
So I saw a couple over the weekend on TikTok, people lining up 2 a.m. outside of their DMVs in hopes that they can get a Real ID so that they can fly.
Yeah, and what they're probably going to run into is that they're going to be told, we're only seeing people with appointments up until this time of the day and all that. And I just look at them and go, why would you wait until the last minute on this? I mean, I have had mine taken care of. I knew this was coming in advance.
Right.
I've had mine taken care of for a week now, 2 weeks maybe.
At least.
These procrastinate.
Yeah.
I mean,
Come on. You're not even an adult. You know, you're barely functioning. But May 7th is the deadline to have your Real ID if you want to fly. And a lot of people have to go to the DMV to get it.
but if you have a valid passport, that counts too. So
Yeah. Get the Real ID, though.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that the people that, well, who knows? Maybe
no,
they
I'm
won't
just
fly.
saying if you are having to fly soon and you have a passport that will work to get you on the flight and back home, then set an appointment for later to go to the DMV to get your Real ID when it's not as slammed.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say anything harsh there. Just international flights. Katy Perry trending today because people are really being critical of her performance on her Lifetimes tour that just kicked off last week. People are saying that it is not a good show. They're saying her choreography is really bad. She doesn't sound very good, and the whole thing just looks cheaply produced. And
She's getting hit from all angles.
she really is. It's been a tough couple weeks for Katy Perry.
I can say her body looks good.
Her body looks good, but yeah, I kind of see the criticism. It is pretty cheesy looking.
Yeah, it's but you know what? How old is she now?
Probably close to 40, in her 40s maybe.
She's tired.
Man. Doesn't she have babies?
Yeah.
Okay, well, she's not going to move like she always has. Good for her. And I'm no Katy Perry fan, per se. I'm no special pleader, as we said in law school. But yeah, she's...
Cut her some slack?
Yeah.
I think so too.
I love that.
Let her live. She can't do anything right.
She really can.
I'm
These
surprised
last,
she doesn't have a walker with tennis balls on her.
So old.
Being that old.
it's really bad. And then the Savannah Bananas were trending over the weekend. They played in front of 81,000 people at the Clemson football stadium. It was crazy, packed out. Largest audience they've ever had for a Savannah Bananas game. And if you try to get tickets to that, you know how difficult that can be.
I think Dabo, their head coach at Clemson, I think he led them out onto the field. And
He did.
Stuff.
He
It
did.
was a big deal. So yeah, they played in the wannabe Death Valley.
Yeah, they call it Death Valley as well, right?
Yeah, they call it Death Valley, but the real Death Valley is Tiger Stadium, LSU.
How has that not been settled yet? Like you can't have two Death Valleys, right?
I don't know. I guess some people would say it was settled, in the 2019 championship game.
About the stadium.
Yeah, Joe Burrow and them settled it.
All right. Who had it first? Do you know?
Doesn't matter.
No?
Doesn't matter. Y'all took it.
LSU does it way better. So as far as the
wonderful.
fans and everything, you got to admit that.
Yeah.
So.
Sure.
More next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right, we're here with Greg and Katie from Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress with locations all over the Lake Norman area. And y'all are remodeling one of the locations, and it's going to be all new. What's going on with that?
Yeah, for almost 16 years, it's been our outlet store on East Mooresville. It's right on the corner of 115 and 150, and we just remodeled it. It's we call it's the same great store, just upgraded decor. So it's a full-on Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress now, and we still have the clearances 20 to 70% off.
Yeah.
Tell them about the Sip and Shop.
So Thursday, April 24th, from 5:30 to 7:30, we're gonna have a Sip and Shop open house. You can come check out the new digs. I'll be bartending.
Yeah.
Live music, great food, free drinks. We just want you guys to come by and check it out.
Yeah, and the great prices on all of the stuff, including those avocado mattresses that are so hot right now.
Yes, we just brought in avocado. We have people traveling from all over the place to try these beds. They are organic. They've won #1 in Consumer Reports for the past 7 years. They're amazing.
So always the best with Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress if you want to find out more. And I will definitely be at the Sip and Shop sipping, and Jody will be shopping. So we'll
Sounds
see
like
you there.
a sweet deal to me.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A button to our new 24/7 stream specifically created for the Carolinas. Get exclusive content, deals, and more, plus the show. New each weekday at 7 a.m. Eastern. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
The perfect start to the day.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show.
Just the best.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
I love this. Bill Belichick was on CBS Sunday mornings yesterday. He's promoting his new autobiography, or what do you call it when you write it yourself? Autobiography. Sorry, Monday, everybody. And in it, he's doing this interview, and his girlfriend is sitting just off camera. And if you don't know, Bill Belichick is 73. His girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is 24. So crunch the numbers on that. That's like 49 years or something crazy. So she's sitting there just off camera, and they've got this wide shot that shows him, Bill Belichick, sitting in the interview chair, and her are just off camera. And then the interview asks him, so apparently she had made herself known, but the video that's gone viral this morning is him asking Bill Belichick, so can you tell me about how you guys met? And she chimes in from off camera. He goes, we're not talking about that, as loud as that. Now, the story is that she had interrupted so many times during this interview that they decided to include this one clip to give everybody the idea of how she was making herself known during her boyfriend's interview.
70-something-year-old boyfriend.
73, 24.
He was turning 50 when she was born. Think about that.
Right.
Gross.
Yeah. Think about that.
They said the reason that they had put it in is because she was just chiming in the whole time. He called her a constant presence in his life, which made it.
She won't shut.
It made it even more obvious that she's chiming in. Called her a constant presence in his life, and said that he doesn't care what anybody says because he doesn't concern himself with judgment and criticism about his personal life.
Yeah. In other words, he's saying, I have no shame.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what he's saying?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. How did you guys meet? We're not talking about that. And the interviewer turns to her and goes, no. And she goes, no. 24. Now, this is on the heels of those emails being leaked where he was concerned that UNC was not doing enough to take down negative comments about him and his girlfriend. He's now the head football coach of the UNC Tar Heels. And she had apparently sent around a message that said, is no one at UNC doing anything to monitor the situation and take down negative, slanderous comments?
No, because it's not all about you.
Oh, it's just the greatest story ever.
Oh,
I mean,
it's
so
cringy.
funny. 73-24. I just can't get enough of these two.
I know.
And I want to see more of her. Because absolutely, this is a guy who's not an idiot. He's obviously successful and a smart person to achieve that level of success. To just get, pushed around by this young woman. because he's so like tough and he's so surly, and he's just like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm not allowed to talk about how we met.
She says I can't talk about that.
Yeah, and we know how they met. They met on a plane. They bonded over philosophy.
They used to love telling that story.
Exactly.
What happened? Is that not the true story now?
Yup.
I don't know. You think you don't believe that they bonded over philosophy?
No. That could have been that could have been the excuse that why they were talking to begin with. But in my humble opinion, they bonded over the fact that he thinks that she's so hot and young, and she thinks that he is smart and super, super wealthy.
Oh, I hate to hear
I don't
this.
even think smart had anything to do with it. That money, honey.
More TJ and Riggins coming up. Subscribe to all the shows at tjriggins.com and never miss the latest episodes. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. TJ and Riggins. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Baby, let's go.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
So there will be a new edition of TJ and Jody's House podcast up today around noonish or so. Hot. Blazing hot entertainment for you. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, man. And there was a I don't know if it was an announcement there, but there was some information that leaked out yesterday as we were recording that. So get that today on all the platforms. You just go to tjriggins.com and get to it everywhere from there. Get to it. Get to it. So Lindsay, Riggins, y'all are just over the top animal lovers. Riggins didn't even want to have to kill a butterfly that was injured one time. He Googled how to humanely kill a butterfly. So this is what we're dealing with here. Now,
Love that.
let's say that your car is parked. You live in the city and your car is parked out in front of your building. And your windows keep getting knocked out by a woodpecker. Oh. And the woodpecker is just knocking windows out all up and down this street. How would y'all think you should deal with it? This is going on in Massachusetts right now.
I would park somewhere else.
Okay.
In a parking deck.
Yeah. From a big
Like,
city.
But this is the parking spot, let's say, that you pay for your apartment, your apartment.
I have no idea because I can't hunt a what is it? A woodpecker.
And I'm not a hunter.
I couldn't do it if I wanted to.
Yeah.
If I
Well, you
wanted to
wouldn't
kill
be
it.
the one doing it.
Oh, you
Just
call
like
somebody.
the city. What would you want the city to do about it?
Oh, I mean, that's out of my hands. I mean, I don't know. I got a woodpecker problem.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I think I'd still pay for the parking spot and still find somewhere else to.
Rather than support the city killing the woodpecker.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're so sweet. You've met Woody, right? Woody.
I'm not crazy about woodpeckers. Honestly, I don't have as much compassion for those. But what would they do? They would go kill it?
They're trying to figure it out. But I would hope that that's what they would do because.
Why?
I mean, you're damaging people's vehicles, your citizens, your taxpayers' vehicles.
So wait a minute.
Hundreds of dollars each time against somebody.
Are you saying it deserves to be killed for that?
Yeah.
It does. Okay.
It doesn't deserve to be killed, but it needs to be killed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
about-
Just big
Survival
difference.
of the fittest. You know.
What about captured and relocated?
No,
Okay.
they'll come right back.
Oh, okay.
Kill it. Rip its head off in the community town square.
Just
Make a show. Let those other woodpeckers know. Don't be messing with people's property.
but a BB gun could do it easily. So
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Does a BB gun kill them or just not hurt them and then they go away?
What would be better for you? If it hurt them and then you could take them away somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what they did. Oh no, you're just gonna kill it.
Rather than have it damage people's property with thousands of dollars.
Listen, I see where
Yes.
you're going with this, but I didn't even want the squirrels that were investing in our
Nesting up in your attic.
chewing holes in our attic. I didn't want those being killed.
Okay.
When I saw him captured, I tried to let him go. My husband was like, Lindsay, don't touch him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay. But yeah, that's the only solution though with the woodpecker.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
All right, let's go.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
So I just tried Mandu, and it is freaking awesome. You need to check this out. It's a trainer-led electromuscle stimulation workout that increases energy, endurance, and strength. So just 15 minutes at Mandu is like 6 hours in the gym. So say goodbye to plateauing and achieve your fitness goals with Mandu. If you want to give it a try, your first session is absolutely free. So sign up at mandu.com or go to tjriggins.com/fitness.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. It's now easier than ever at the homepage. TJRiggins.com. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Media Center at TJRiggins.com and watch the TJ and Riggins Show, extra funny and new playlists. TJ Riggins TV is sponsored by Cozy Earth. Get that amazing 41% off deal that TJ has at our deals page using code TJ. TJRiggins.com/deals.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show with TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob.
Sets the tone for my day.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
All right, Lindsay.
Yeah.
I know you're about to go on a tropical vacation, but let's just imagine you're on one already.
Okay.
Let's say you're sitting at an outdoor bar with your friend. It's a Mexican place called Patron Cantina.
Oh.
All right. You're sitting there and you're having a marg. Mm-hmm. Delicious marg. And all of a sudden, you feel something just kind of brush against your forehead, and you think, what in the world was that? And then you look down to get a sip of your marg and notice that what that was that hit you in the head was a baby snake that's now in your glass, wrapping around your straw.
Making himself right at home.
I'm darting so quick, I'm not even paying the tab. I'm darting. I can't even be around that.
This wasn't at a tropical paradise. It was in Richmond, Virginia.
Oh.
That this happened. And so that they try to get it out, with a stick. And then some guy who was at the restaurant just got up, went over and picked it up. They didn't say what kind of snake it was, but he got rid of it.
He just picked it up like, oh, no problem.
So.
Oh my God, I was just there. It could have been me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were just, they asked the woman, and she said, I think they've got an infestation problem. I think they got I'm not ever going back, because if that was a baby, then there's a mama somewhere around, and she was just like, terrified. They comped her meal, but they asked the owner what they were going to do. Are they going to do anything? What are they going to do to make sure it doesn't happen again? And they said, nothing.
Ooh.
It's just such a freak thing. What can we do? The snake, it's an outdoor bar.
Yeah.
The snake got in there somehow or another. They say it probably came through outside into the air vents and then fell down out of the ceiling. Yeah, well, what do you think we're going to do? Nothing. Nada.
Not a darn thing.
What would you have us do?
Yeah.
We're going to rebuild.
Holy cow. That is crazy. A snake falls from the sky
Yeah.
into your drink.
That is so creepy.
I'm freaking out too.
It's raining snakes.
Snakes on a marg.
Yeah.
So, I mean, doesn't that show why you're not supposed to eat outside on patios and stuff? You can go into the nice, cool restaurant that has air conditioning and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you're outside, that's where the snakes are.
That's right. Let this be a lesson, ladies.
I'm going to start doing that.
What?
Every time Jody wants to eat out on a patio in the heat, I'm going to go, didn't you hear about that woman with those snakes?
That's a good idea, actually. She'll be like, oh, no, we're going in.
Snakes hate the air conditioning.
Yeah.
You can pretend you're looking for snakes.
Yeah. Can't be too careful now. I'll be looking around.
They love margaritas,
Yeah.
so be careful.
It's worth bringing a fake one time and throwing it out on the porch. And just, we can't eat outside. Remember that time we saw that snake?
Yeah.
That's like $1 investment. That's worth it.
Mm-hmm. Or mice. I can tell her that mice are all over the place outside now.
Yep.
This is the year of the mice. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice droppings. Look.
There's one right there.
I'd be like, you're not going to finish that drink? Just because it had a snake in it? Give me that.
Yeah.
I'll drink it.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Prime Plus members get extra funny, commercial-free versions of all the shows and more. Sign up at tjriggins.com. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
So it looks like the love is real. Billy Ray Cyrus and his new girlfriend, Elizabeth Hurley, are a real thing. Let me repeat those names for it. Billy Ray Cyrus and Elizabeth Hurley are dating. Apparently, they've known each other for many, many years. And recently, Billy Ray got divorced and from a young woman named Fire Rose. And now he's rekindled a friendship and now a romantic relationship with actress Elizabeth Hurley.
Is she an actress, really?
Sure. Elizabeth Hurley?
I thought she was a model that she was in Austin Powers, and that was about the only thing she'd ever been in acting-wise.
You know what else she was in? The Royals. Did y'all ever watch that
She was
show
in the
on E? I was obsessed with it.
Yeah, like a
was the
dramatic
queen.
take on the royal family.
Yeah.
She might be a model. That might be a more accurate description of her
Yeah.
occupation. But I just love
Played
these
the
two.
devil in a movie.
He's got better hair than her. Say that.
Does he?
Yeah,
It
I
is
mean,
long?
like longer and fuller, and
It's a little stringy, maybe a little greasy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
just
But his hair is American, and hers isn't, so it's probably better.
Yeah.
true.
What are your thoughts on this, TJ? You like it? You don't care?
Yeah,
Nothing to
it's
you.
not like she's. You know how everybody acted whenever Bobby and Whitney got together, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown got together, and they were like, "Why is Whitney slumming it like that?" And all this. I don't think that with these two. I think that probably shows that they're both just weird.
You think?
Yeah.
They're both really weird.
I now view her more weird than what I
Sure.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
And possibly more dirty. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like maybe doesn't shower much. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just picture.
Because the whole thing with his ex, that Fire Rose, opened a new light onto the just how much of a hippie type he is. Mm-hmm. And hippies are known for being dirty. So
Sure.
now she's a hippie by association, if nothing else.
Yeah. I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
I like them both. I like both of them.
They seem perfectly nice.
Yeah.
So we'll see how long this goes. Maybe marriage is in the future.
At least they're close to the same age.
Absolutely. I would imagine they are. Yeah, for sure.
True.
Today's National Superhero Day. Tech D Rob, very excited, in case you missed that. He loves Batman. That is Rob's favorite superhero. Although for a while he did say Spider-Man. Did you have a superhero growing up, TJ, that you're like, wow, he's great?
Well, my favorite superhero is not a he, but okay. You just showed what you're all about, Riggins, by assuming that. My superhero is my wife.
Oh.
Look at that. Precious.
What is her superpower?
Just being able to leap tall buildings and get things done without even complaining.
Look at that. See?
She does better than Wonder Woman. Even.
She does?
Yeah.
I love that.
She's my Wonder Woman.
Is there... I was going to ask
She's
her.
like Wonder Woman and Batman and Spider-Man and Mr. Incredible all rolled into one. And Free-Zone.
And Freeze.
Free-Zone is my favorite superhero, by the way.
Yeah.
Frozone. Frozone. Yeah.
Frozone. She's like, y'all just adopted the dark. I was born into it. Right, Rob?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it cruel or is it funny? Talking about the NFL draft over the weekend. Next.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
You've found your diamond in the rough. Now it's time to find a diamond to celebrate that love. R. Gregory Jewelers takes the search overseas to the diamond capital of the world, Antwerp, Belgium. We go thousands of miles to handpick from thousands of carats to discover the most beautiful diamonds before they're ever even seen by other stores. Antwerp sparkles with beauty and history, but its brilliant advantage to you is the best selection and value. For your 1 in a million, choose an Antwerp diamond from R. Gregory Jewelers.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to hear the new TJ and Riggins shows, archives, podcasts, watch the show, and more. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
You're listening to the TJ and Riggins Show Birmingham, sponsored by Mandu at 2825 and a half 18th Street South, or find out about your first session being free at tjriggins.com/fitness.
Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Listen everywhere.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
So I don't care about the NFL draft at all. This is boring to me. But I have liked this controversy surrounding Shedeur Sanders, who is the son of Deion Sanders, legendary Hall of Famer, now head coach in Colorado. His son played for the team. There was a lot of discussion about whether or not Shedeur would go in the first round, be quickly scooped up by a team. Well, it turns out he was not picked up in the first round. He was eventually picked up in the second round, right?
No, 7th.
Oh, was it the 7th? Okay.
I think it was the 7th. It was somewhere in the 5th to 7th, yeah.
He had a good reaction to the news that eventually came that he'd be playing for the Cleveland Browns, I think it is. But everybody was like, oh, this is because he's a jerk. He met with all the teams and no one likes him, and he's cocky, and he's not that good. Well, and maybe all those criticisms are true. Yeah. I know nothing about the guy.
Yeah.
What I want to ask is if anybody saw this story that a son of the Atlanta Falcons defensive coordinator, I think, he's 21 years old, somehow got Shedeur Sanders' phone number and made a prank call and said, hey, I'm the GM of the Falcons, and we just want to let you know we are going to choose you, but you just have to wait a little bit longer. Meaning like we're going to get you in another later round.
Oh, my God.
And apparently Shedeur said, can you tell me what that means? Like, didn't understand the call at all. So now this 21-year-old has had to apologize on social media. The Atlanta Falcons have apologized on the internet, saying this is unfortunate. Nothing's going to happen to the father of the prank caller. But it turns out that the kid did get the phone number of Shedeur on his dad's iPad, I think, while he was at home.
What's going to happen to the kid? The kid needs to get in trouble.
What's the crime?
Well, it's just a moral crime.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's my question. Is it funny or is it just cruel?
He should be in trouble with his dad.
Yeah.
That's what he should be in trouble with.
Yeah, for sure.
Although, he's 21, his dad should be yelling at him and and I'm sure he has. But Shedeur went in the 5th round.
Okay.
In the 5th round, like 144th pick of the draft or something.
Yeah. But a lot of people were saying he's going in the first round.
And it just shows you how the media can make something a big deal when the people who really know what they're doing and what they're talking about had never imagined him being a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
But the media pumped it up so much because they love Deion and they've worked with Deion, and it was the thing that was going to bring the ratings and all that. And I'm sure it did bring big ratings through the weekend because people were watching those later rounds more than they normally would because they were trying to figure out where he was finally going to go.
Yeah. It was certainly the biggest story of the draft is where's this young guy going to go? But
maybe he needs to change his attitude a little bit.
Oh, he definitely does.
Yeah.
A lot.
Now, apparently this 21-year-old prank caller did call him over the weekend and apologized because the 21-year-old has posted this long apology. I'm so sorry. I was immature. I don't know what I was thinking. It was the worst thing I've ever done. And Shedeur said, listen, people are immature. They do screw up from time to time. And that's what it is. I'm happy to be going where I'm going. So he kind of had a mature response to the whole situation. But it does seem cruel. I love a good prank call, but that one seems unnaturally cruel to do.
His dad needs to cut him off. And I know his dad's supporting him by that attitude.
You think?
Yeah.
That would be interesting to see how how dad handles it when he has to talk to his son.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, it's bad, and but it's mean, Shadur Sanders is such a jerk. I mean,
So maybe warranted. You know, it's just like,
More TJ and Riggins coming up. TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. What is new radio? New radio is
Streaming everywhere.
listen to the show starting each weekday morning at 7 Eastern, 6 Central. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I have long said what this lady is saying in a little public service announcement that she has put on her social medias. I've just never said it in quite the, interesting way that she phrases it. Because when sometimes people are in a bad mood or they're being what you would call a jerk, you got to stop and realize what may be going on in their life that they're not telling you about. So this is what this lady's talking about. Listen.
I gotta tell y'all this. I was stuffed because I ate yesterday. I had a good one this morning. I had one in me, a good bowel movement. I mean, I had something in me. I said, ooh, thank you, Jesus. See, a lot of you don't have a good bowel movement. That's why you evil and mean. You got evil in your head. And once God get all that stuff out you have a good bowel, you feel good about you. That's why some of you are tired. You need a good bowel movement. Evil. You need a good bowel movement. If you need to be relaxed. Some of you got so much in you.
And,
Wow.
you know, that was part of our sermon yesterday.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, you know, to get that evil out of you.
Yeah, get that evil
get it out.
Bowel movement.
Yeah, evil. Evil.
I had a good bowel movement.
Had a good one.
Whoa, that's why he's so evil.
I mean,
That'd make me evil too.
she's got a point. I mean,
Sounded like she was in a great mood.
Yeah, well, because it had just happened for her.
God did it for her.
Yeah, thank you, Jesus.
thank you.
She had the Lord's intervention
Yeah.
on the toilet.
That's what y'all need.
That is something, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, she's right to a certain extent. I mean,
Sure.
you know, I don't know if, if the Jesus is making every one of them happen, but it is, it is, you know, sometimes what people need to get them over a bad emotional hump.
Maybe.
Sure.
A
Feel
good
better.
One. A good one. A good one. I had a good one this morning.
Yeah.
A bowel movement.
I was waiting to hear what do we have? Yeah.
Now, I've prayed on the toilet a couple times. It's a bad situation, but I never asked for God's intervention.
Well,
Have you ever had to ask the Jesus to help you get in there? Like, please, you know,
Yeah,
you're
maybe.
constipated or something, and you need that.
That might let me get home safely.
Oh, that kind.
Yeah.
oh yeah, yeah.
But not. I haven't gone in a while. And I need to.
His is always the opposite.
Yeah.
Let it stop. God, let it stop.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
usually what I'm
I bet
saying.
there are a lot of women who do the other way. You know, it's been 2 weeks, Lord.
Yeah.
That's why they
TJ, Riggins, and Lindsay want to thank you for listening.
Let's go!
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Okay, guys, I can't gatekeep this anymore. I cannot wait for you to try Love Indus skincare products. I am so obsessed with them. Love Indus has gotten awards in Cosmopolitan magazine, in Vogue, Beauty Best Products. You're going to love Love Indus. It's a celebrated skincare line that blends South Asia's rarest ingredients with advanced dermatology. It consistently gets beauty reviews and rave reviews on the products. You have to check them out. Over 5-star reviews. It's insane. And I spoke with them, and they actually gave all the listeners of our show 21% off their entire order with code TJ. So get it at loveindus.com or the deals page at tjriggins.com/deals.
It's now easier than ever at the homepage, tjriggins.com. A Peyton's Promise button, where our great radio family goes to assist in helping everyone in our community. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
You're listening to the TJ and Riggins Show Birmingham, sponsored by Mandu at 2825 and a half 18th Street South, or find out about your first session being free at tjriggins.com/fitness.
New Radio Net presents the TJ and Riggins Show. With TJ, Riggins, Lindsay, Tech D Rob. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show. Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So, we get these stories all the time about these crazy people who decide that they don't want to be a human anymore, and then they go and have all these procedures done to try to look like a snake or something.
Yeah.
They get all the scales tattooed all over their bodies, and then they get their tongues split and do all of that kind of thing. Well, this woman she's in Australia. She did an experimental surgery, all these procedures to look as much like a human cat as she possibly could.
Okay.
Yeah. But unlike a lot of those people that we talk about, she says she's not crazy.
Oh.
She said she was doing it, for social media. She was doing it as a joke on social media to get the hits and the likes and the follows and the thumbs ups and all that stuff.
She went above and beyond the Call of Duty.
Yeah. So now she's trying to get them reversed, and believe it or not, she says that she regrets it.
Oh,
shocking.
She regrets going in and having all these excruciating surgeries and recoveries and everything. One, to look like a cat, and then two, to go back to looking like a normal person.
Yeah.
Do you pick cat over all the animals? I don't. I pick dog.
You'd rather look like a dog?
Yeah, like a puppy.
Mm-hmm.
Cute puppy.
Cute little baby puppy.
Yeah. Does she look like a cat?
She did at one point a little bit, right up in the face.
Really? That is disturbing.
But, she doesn't look good.
No.
She ain't a hot cat.
Oh no.
Yeah, that is scary.
What happens is they always do the eyes really tight and up like a cat, cat eyes.
Yeah. Now look at the way that filler is looking in her face without makeup or anything. It looks like they just shoved, two giant jawbreakers under her skin.
Yeah. Very pronounced.
That's going to be a lot of dissolvent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Now she regrets it. Oh no! Oh no! But I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, it was a joke, really. It's just a joke that backfired. That's all. In other words, it didn't give her as many, likes and follows and all as she wanted it to.
Right.
So it was a waste.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh my God. I love it.
This is TJ and Riggins. Get the latest extra funny episode at tjriggins.com, all major podcast platforms, and on YouTube. Thank you for joining us.
In 3, 2, 1.
This is TJ and Riggins. The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
A gorilla is the top trending topic, and I thought, a zoo killed another gorilla or something. But there's a hypothetical question that's blowing up on the internet. How many guys do you think it would take to take down one gorilla? Like, and you compare it to like people like you. Like how many of yourself would it take to kill a gorilla?
To kill it or
Yeah.
just pin it, like wrestle it to the ground?
They said take it out. So I'm thinking
Bare
kill
hands?
it. Bare hands.
Oh.
And they all look like you. What's the number?
10 maybe? Or more? 10 or more?
Oh, you're way more confident than a lot of people on the internet. Most people are edging way closer to 100.
Really?
100?
That's what it's just an interesting look at like how you view yourself or your strength or whatever. TJ, you say 10 of you could take down a gorilla?
I think so, yeah.
I think just like one of me.
Me and my boys.
You and your boys.
Yeah.
Me and my boys will take down a big old silverback.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of crazy. You don't really think about it like that. But
And yeah, but I don't want to go into too much detail because, y'all make it out to me. But you did ask how you would kill it. How many people it would take to kill a gorilla.
yeah.
I don't think it would take very long at all. All you got to do is just get them on the ground long enough to do something, and then it's gone. So,
Or you could like.
you don't have to get him on. You don't have to choke him to death, do you?
Or do you?
Well,
even
how
have
else would you do it?
you can have a weapon, right? You can
No
have,
weapons.
You can't even have
no
a knife.
Weapons, no.
Oh.
Or like you could punch them a lot.
I was
Yeah,
thinking
but-
you could have a gun, but okay.
Yeah, I was thinking,
no guns.
One if you got a gun,
right?
But I would say 10 people if you could have a knife. 10 people just to hold him down because he's so strong, just to get on top of him and subdue him, and then do what you got to do.
Yeah, no knives.
Well, you got these guns.
Oh yeah, 2 of those.
But I think that's how most people are thinking about. They would hold the arms and choke it out or something. But it's crazy.
I don't want to choke a monkey.
I mean, I'm not looking to either.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You want to choke? Whatever.
Oh God.
It's just crazy. So TJ thinks 10. Yeah, I'm definitely edging higher.
Well, no, if we can't have a weapon,
no weapon.
then I would probably. I don't know that it could be. Because
taken down.
Yeah, because you're gonna be knocking each other over if you're too close together trying to jump on it, and if you one at a time, he's gonna be throwing. It would have to be enough to where you just exhaust him,
overwhelm him. I think that's It's funny to hear people's like planning how they would do it because
Uh-huh.
they're crazy, but that seems to be the most common answer. You'd overwhelm it with just a lot of people at once and figure out what to do from there.
Is there a tree around?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, then you can bang his head against the tree.
Yeah. Here we go.
You ass.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Lily & Grace offers a wide range of furniture, accessories, light fixtures, fabrics, gifts, as well as custom creations and renovations. Visit the truly stunning boutique online at tjriggins.com/LG or in person at their store in Mooresville, North Carolina. Experience high-quality products, exclusive designs, and timeless style at Lily & Grace. You need to plan your visit today to see the unmatched selection of items. They can help you transform your home into the perfect living space. Learn more at tjriggins.com/LG.
Introducing the new Media Center on the TJRiggins.com home screen. The easiest way ever to get everything TJ Riggins all in one place. The new Media Center is the easy way to access everything we do. The radio family asked for it, and now it's here. Add it to your phone's home screen today.
There's a new TJ and Riggins show each weekday morning at the new TJRiggins.com. Sponsored by our new favorite non-alcoholic cocktail, RSRV Collective. Get 30% off using code TJ at the deals page at TJRiggins.com.
Thank you for being part of the new radio explosion. Baby, let's go. Now, back to the TJ and Riggins Show.
Every millennial's worst nightmare coming up in just a second. But I saw on our social media at TJ Riggins Show, Lindsay, you went over to Mandu to work out the other day.
Yes, sir. Y'all got to check it out. So it's it's electro muscle stimulation workout. It's a mouthful. I call it EMS. But they hook you up to these vests and it pulses your muscles while you do like a tiny workout. It's just like, let's say you're just doing squats, but it pulses your muscles. When you get done, it feels like you've worked out for hours.
Really?
Yes. And you're good sore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's only 15 minutes.
I thought they were hooking you up to one of those deals where they're about to do animation out of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they use them for video games and stuff. They'll take the athletes in there and then have them mapped out with all their movements and stuff.
Yeah. That'd be cool too. Let's work on that.
We'll get you in a game or something.
But you can get a free workout if you go to tjriggins.com/fitness. Your first one's free.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. Y'all got to check it out. It's awesome.
That is cool. Yeah. So you also check out the video on social media of Lindsay working out. It's really interesting to see. I've never seen anything like it.
It makes you leaner, your muscles tighter. It's awesome.
That's great.
Yeah.
There's a hypothetical question going around that I think only one person in this room, maybe two, can answer. And I think it's every millennial's worst nightmare. Somebody asked, I am being so serious, how did people book flights before the internet? And I went, these people are stupid. Wait a minute. Yeah. I don't have a clue. Yeah. How did you book a flight before the internet?
I don't know.
Lindsay, you don't know, right?
You call, I guess.
Yeah, you would call.
Call who?
They had 800 numbers that you would call to book the flights, or you could actually go to the airport and buy the ticket.
Oh my God. That's mind blowing.
Yeah.
To park and go to the airport to buy a ticket.
How?
Yeah.
Did they have like a book where you could look at how would you even know? You just told them what you went and where
you would call and say, hey, I live in Monroe, Louisiana, and I want to fly to Atlanta, Georgia. And they would say, okay, well, you can fly from Monroe directly to Atlanta. And these are the times of the flights and all of that stuff. And you'd have to take notes while you're on the phone with them and go, okay, well, hook me up to that one. That's the one I want.
I'm not going to lie. It kind of sounds easier for me to call somebody and talk to them and get everything. Because sometimes it's too much going on the internet and you book the wrong one. And then you're like.
Yeah.
And there were also a lot of travel agents back then that would do it. Like you would go to a travel agent and they would handle all of the organization of getting you tickets and all of that stuff.
It doesn't sound terrible.
1-800-DELTA. Hello, I need to fly. I mean, that's crazy.
That is wild.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show. Make your company part of the new radio explosion. Go to tjriggins.com/explosion. Thank you for joining us. This is TJ and Riggins.